Hi y'all, my name is Tina. Welcome back to Reaction Row. Today I am watching the third and fourth episodes of season 2 of Hannibal. Last we left off, Will is tricking Hannibal to try to catch him in a lie or catch him so he can prove his innocence, and prove that Hannibal is the one behind framing him. And Hannibal has no idea. And I have a feeling because Hannibal's been working closely with the FBI, he's now like the new Will or whatever. I feel like Hannibal's ego is starting to grow a little bit. Like he might be more bold this season and he might mess up is what I'm thinking. So he's too big for his britches right now. He's getting too bold and his ego is getting bigger, and that's going to cause him to make a mistake, in my opinion. But we'll see. So Hannibal's psychiatrist or therapist, she looks like she's split town. She no longer wants to be his therapist. She thinks he's dangerous. And that should cause Jack to maybe think and reconsider that maybe Will is right. Maybe Hannibal does have some, part in framing Will. Like I would. I think if I were Jack and Hannibal's therapist was like, I no longer want to be a part of this. I no longer want to treat him. Don't come with me for questions or don't come at me with questions about him. I don't know. That would give me pause, and I would just be like, okay, something's fishy. If she seems scared of him, maybe Will is right. So I'm anxious to see what's going to happen next. I feel like this season has been way more intense. We get to see more of Hannibal's side. He's not just, sitting or calm. Like we get to see the sides of him, the audience. They're letting us see the sides of him that we kind of knew about, but we never really got to see. So I'm excited. I think this is going to be a fantastic season. I am excited for the ride, and I'm going to get started on season 2, episode 3 and 4 of Hannibal.
The story of a mild-mannered FBI instructor who was asked to create a psychological profile of a murderer. Jacob Hobbs, the Minnesota Shrike. He killed young women that looked just like his daughter. He killed them, and he ate them. Will Graham understood the way Hobbs thought. That's how he caught him. He shot Hobbs dead while he cut his daughter's throat. So Will Graham was able to save Abigail Hobbs' life. But the profile that he created of her father was so vivid that he couldn't escape it. And in an unconscious state, he killed 4 more women. Something else you should know about Will Graham. He has remarkable visual memory. He's keenly insightful to the human condition and, I would argue, the smartest person in this room.
The little smirk.
He's capable of creating a...
Because he's like, oh no, he's not.
...profile of a completely different kind of murder. One that would become his alibi. And what was your first impression?
He was intelligent and arrogant and very likely on the spectrum.
Which is why he wasn't real FBI. He didn't pass the screening procedures.
Yes.
You felt that he was qualified to work in the field.
Under my supervision.
And you believed that he was valuable because he could think like a killer.
He could think like anybody.
Sounds like a supervillain. But rather than feel tormented by the work he did, Will Graham enjoyed the cover his role at the FBI gave him to commit his terrible crimes.
I don't believe
wow.
that to be true.
Agent Crawford?
Will hated every second of the work. He hated it. He didn't fake that. He hated it, and I kept making him do it.
Yes, Jack.
You offered him an opportunity to quit. He refused.
Because he was saving lives.
That's exactly what happened. He hated
I've
it.
been warned by more than one person that if I pushed Will, I'd break him.
He kind of guilt tripped him in that one Angel
Put those checks and
episode.
balances in place, then ignored them. And here we are.
Yes, Jack, taking accountability to help. Oh, she's pissed.
I take.
Who wants to copy Will?
Seems you have an admirer.
Oh, I knew it was going to be like a copycat.
Because they admire me. The boundaries of what's considered normal
Or-
are getting narrow.
I'm sure it was Hannibal, but
Outside those boundaries, this may be intended as a helpful gesture.
How far would you go to help me?
It hadn't occurred to me to send you in here. I may very well be another killer.
I want there to be.
Some part of you still suspects me.
I don't know what anyone is capable of anymore, least of all myself. But, I'm not insane. Not anymore.
You may not be guilty. This ear you were sent is an opportunity. Someone else is responsible for your crimes. Perhaps he now wants to be seen.
Why would he want to be seen now?
He cares what happens to you.
okay, so Hannibal's talking about himself. Yes, ma'am. That's how I'd walk into court, hat and all.
I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
You ever discuss Will Graham with Abigail?
Abigail told me she believed Will Graham wanted to kill her and cannibalize her like her father wanted to do. She was right. I should have listened to her.
Do you blame yourself for her death?
She's such a liar. I don't think she said that.
I blame Will Graham.
I mean, she's always had it out for Will, but I don't think Abigail ever said that I recall.
I have no romantic feelings for Will Graham. I have a professional curiosity.
I like that professional curiosity. It seems so indifferent. Unless you look like you're lying when you say it. But you didn't.
Oh, wow. So she was just... She had no romantic feelings for him?
You've identified
Oh, the ear.
We identified the knife that cut it off.
It's Will Graham's. The blade matches the cuts on Abigail Hobbs's ear and on this one.
Oh, I like that wallpaper. Holy darn. So, Hannibal framed the bailiff, probably killed the bailiff, or, yeah.
Will Graham isn't saying he didn't kill those people. His lawyer is running an unconsciousness defense. In effect, he's admitting the acts, but just not the responsibility.
Will's maintained his innocence all along, in spite of memory gaps.
He really has.
Whatever Mr. Brower's strategy is, this will offer a new line of defense.
That's for Mr. Brower to tell me, Crawford, not you.
Yes, Your Honor.
He constructed a persona to hide his real nature from the world.
Wow.
He wears it so well, even Jack Crawford could not see past it.
But you did.
Why is he saying all this as if it's
Mr. Graham
factual?
and I had no personal relationship for him to manipulate.
If Will's never
I have
been
objectively
diagnosed or
examined him and
evaluated,
the crimes of which he is accused. These murders.
he doesn't know that Will's really wearing like a person
controlled.
suit.
The confused man Will Graham presents to the world could not commit those crimes because that man is a fiction. There is not yet a name for whatever Will Graham is.
Whatever. The way he
Killed
talks.
methodically, and I believe would kill again, given the opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Children.
He has like a drawl or I don't know if he's trying to sound Southern, but he just sounds like he's so above it all,
Dr.
but like
Chilton.
Southern at the same time.
Will Graham spent his time catching murderers for the FBI. You don't see a contradiction between that and your description of a cold-blooded killer?
No, I do not. Will Graham is driven by vanity and his own whims. He has a very high opinion of his intelligence.
A very high opinion
Caught
of his
the other killers
intelligence.
simply
He
to
does.
prove he's smarter than all of them, too.
I feel like he
Saving lives is just as arousing as ending them. He likes to play God.
oh my gosh. He's funny. I feel like he sounds like what I do declare.
I admire her.
Yes.
The forensic report from the crime scene.
Are they even supposed to be bringing him this stuff? It just seems like so many like conflicts of interest. Like I said it last episode too, with Hannibal being investigated but also being in the know of everything.
She is merely the ink from which flows my poem.
The ink from which flows my poem.
I wanted to dispel your doubts once and for all.
Doubts about what?
Me. I want you to believe in the best of me. Just as I believe in the best of you. This crime offered us both reasonable doubt.
It offered us a distraction.
Maybe this acolyte is giving you your path to freedom. Even Jack is ready to believe well.
It would be a lie.
It would be a lie, but nobody has to
I don't
know.
want you to be here.
I don't want me to be here either.
You have a choice. This killer wrote you a poem. Are you going to let his love go to waste?
He's so conniving. I know he came up with this whole thing.
I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Steve, the bailiff's murder was committed by the same person guilty of Will Graham's alleged crimes, yes?
Profiles aren't evidence, their opinion. This is hearsay.
I will allow it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I believe there are alarming similarities in the crimes, yes.
Will
not
Graham
really
accused
lying,
you of
he's
the crimes for
answering.
which he now stands trial, and yet
With his
Here you
answers,
are.
you know?
testified.
Did he just make it worse? Oh. What in the... How does he find the time to do this stuff?
So it appears that the judge was murdered in his chambers and then he was hauled out here to be put on display.
Not only is justice blind, it's mindless and heartless. How did the killer get so close?
No sign of a struggle. Mutilation was postmortem.
And there are no
Shot in the chest
cameras
just like a
anywhere.
bailiff.
I mean,
Can't see
there's
the,
no cameras in the
actual
neighborhood. There's
mark.
no cameras in the
There's an
courthouse.
A slot with a
taken it with him.
I don't understand how there's no visual evidence.
Like the trial never happened. Why?
Psychopathic violence is predominantly goal-oriented. Means to a very particular end.
So, the killer wanted a mistrial.
It's an elegant, if rather unorthodox solution.
He spares Will a guilty verdict and his life for the moment. Yes. Question is it the same killer? Is Will still on trial in your mind?
The use of a gun. Death first, mutilation last. I feel like St. Peter ready to deny Will for the third time. I'm not sure this is the same killer, Jeff.
Last thing, before casting.
We rarely see Will smile. He needs to smile more. Even if it's just in his dreams.
The person you name it after cherished you, as the superstition goes, you will catch the fish.
I can't. Like, I don't like the holes. Ugh. That just gave me the heebie-jeebies.
What this are you offering in exchange for my that?
I'm quite the topic of conversation in psychiatric circles.
I shared my diagnosis of you on the witness stand. Your personality disorders, neuroses, all forgeries.
Even if that were true, I'd still be a psychopath of some interest.
Quite a manipulative one at that. Poor, confused, wounded bird for Agent Crawford and Doctors Lecter and Bloom. But for me, well, I got the psychopath's triumvirate. Charm, focus, and ruthlessness. The charm being debatable, of course.
So either I'm a psychopath, or I am delusional. Or I'm right about Hannibal Lecter. Aren't you curious which one it is?
What about Dr. Lecter?
Shouldn't you be my one and only psychiatrist, Dr. Chilton?
Ideally.
Well then, as to your that for my this, do not discuss me or my therapy with Hannibal Lecter. Tell him that you've decided I am no longer any of his business.
Ooh, Hannibal's not gonna like that.
I am now under your exclusive care. You've embraced Facebook while I have a chance.
Gosh. You know, when my mom had cancer, her hair, after her first treatment, 2 days later, I feel like, within the same week even, maybe it was 2 days, maybe it was a week, her hair was just all mostly gone.
Extend a quality of life that's not worth the effort.
How does that make you feel?
Probably like she's in control. Yeah.
How long has he been out here?
From decomp, I'd estimate 2 weeks, which makes sense with how much honey is being produced.
Could bees naturally hive in human carcasses like this?
No. The victim was purposely repurposed as a human apiary.
Purposely?
Somebody.
I'm gonna like, I can't. I feel like I can't breathe.
Make room for the hive.
I don't like the way it looks at all.
I have an arrangement with Will. He's agreed to consult with me on cases if I keep
She ought to be
investigating
careful.
them.
I'm happy to hear that. Will needs a champion now more than ever.
He has you, doesn't he? You think there's a chance he could be innocent? I know you do.
I believe there is a possibility.
I'm just relieved he's not saying the killer is you anymore.
At least not to me.
Ooh.
Only by going deep beneath the skin will you understand the nature of this killer's pathology.
The way she's observing him.
Before I start
I
asking
don't
these
know. She's
questions,
gonna start
I need some confidence. that you will
asking
be
the right
telling the
questions,
truth
observing
when
the
you
right
answer.
things, and Hannibal might get her.
Consent form. You're agreeing to a narcoanalytic interview. You, me, and our old friend, sodium amytal.
I want you to draw a clock for me. Dr. Lecter, administer striking any piano sometimes. This protocol is yours for vital mass. Let's strike a ring right now. The dissonance might cause her change of mind.
Is he having a seizure? Like, what is happening?
He was inducing seizures. He was encouraging the Black House, the loss of time. It was strategic. It was planned.
You would only see a seizure response in a brain afflicted with photosensitive epilepsy.
Or afflicted by something just as damaging. Like encephalitis.
That would suggest a radically unorthodox form of therapy.
Yes, it would.
Oh, what is going to happen?
Dr. Lecter, I am so embarrassed. You didn't get my message. I canceled your appointment with Will Graham.
Is everything all right?
I can explain, shall we? Will is at a delicate point in his therapy. I don't want to confuse him any more than he already is.
Confuse him. Isn't it your opinion he's an intelligent psychopath?
It was, but my opinion is evolving. After administering a narcoanalytic interview, therapeutically vital information has come to light.
What sort of information?
What Will Graham suffers from may not be a single condition, but a continuum of illnesses, all with different neurological mechanisms. Some naturally occurring, others appear to have been induced.
Induced.
Induced by whom?
Did you ever use any kind of light stimulation in your treatment?
Light stimulation is a standard tool for neurotherapy.
Evidently, it was overloading his visual cortex, creating seizures, time loss, gaps in his memory. Almost strategically, it seems.
He was supposed to
You're
keep
suggesting it was intentional?
quiet.
All our conversations about psychic driving, you were so curious and eager to hear what I had to say while saying very little yourself.
I had very little to say.
I have been thinking about the possibility that you may have been psychic driving Will Graham all along.
A bold accusation, Frederick.
You are not the only psychiatrist accused of making a patient kill. We have to stick together.
I filled out my advance directive today. I added a DNR.
Oh, you are harshing my buzz right now.
I read an article the other day about magnetic hyperthermia. It's looking promising as a treatment for lung cancer.
She's ready to give up, and he just keeps trying to find solutions.
I know what to expect from lung cancer. I am my mother's daughter. And I watched her go through exactly what I'm going through now. I remember sitting by her bed when she woke up in so much pain that all she could do was scream my name. I didn't know how to help her. So I did nothing.
There was nothing you could do.
And there will be a time when there is nothing you can do. And I don't want you to remember me pleading with you to make the pain go away.
No, I'm not going to remember you. First of all, I'm going to remember you walking along the quays of Italy in the sunshine with a trail of signori behind you, shouting, Bella, Bella, Bella. And I'm going to remember your hands. They smelled of thyme when you came in from the garden. And garlic and onions every time you left the kitchen. I can't feel anything.
Good.
Good.
No.
Then you won't feel.
I don't trust her. Oh, there she goes. She's gonna lobotomize him. Like, I don't want to see, but I'm... No! With a smile on her face? No.
Mister, you're not supposed to stare at the sun. It'll hurt your eyes.
Oh my lord. But why is she doing that?
Multiple holes on this guy.
Oh,
Over
please
a dozen,
no.
both eye sockets. The lesions have severed most of the nerve tract in the frontal lobe. He's covered in bee stings like he got swarmed. Must be floating in apitoxin. Probably doesn't feel a thing. And not feeling anything has got nothing to do with bee stings. Welcome to the world of the living dead. There's a pattern.
Hey,
What? Hey, look what the cat striked in.
what are you looking at?
A pattern. See, some of the bee stings triggered an allergic reaction, others didn't. Inflamed bee stings are all in line with the body's meridian and acupuncture points. Bee stings are hiding the needle marks.
What'd you say?
The bee stings are hiding the needle marks.
Oh, she's gonna go look at that other body. The stitches.
Stitches are hiding stitches.
Only by going deep beneath the skin will you understand the nature of this killer's pathology.
This episode, y'all.
He took his kidney.
Oh yeah.
You
He's starting to remember everything now.
Well,
How interesting. He's probably gonna agree to more
having an
treatment.
episode. I want you to hand me the gun. Well, I want you to hand me well.
I hated seeing him like that. Poor Will. Last season was rough.
Why do you say claimed?
Because you're not. You know you're not, and you don't know much more about who you are beyond that.
Are you the Ripper?
Terrible thing to have your identity taken from you.
He's trying to remember everything.
Like the copycat. And the Chesapeake Ripper.
Now you're saying Hannibal Lecter is the Chesapeake Ripper?
I'm saying also the Chesapeake Ripper. Were the kidneys surgically removed?
Yes,
Dr. Lecter was a surgeon.
I know he was. I asked him to consult on James Gray's autopsy.
If you invited him with an actual agenda, Hannibal would know it.
He pointed me to the evidence.
He pointed you to an absence of evidence. He's baiting a hook, Beverly. He's toying with you.
Yep.
Go to Jack, tell him everything.
She needs to be
I can't bring
careful.
this to Jack until I can back it up.
Stay away from Hannibal Lecter.
I find that people don't get their own way. Because they often don't know themselves
I don't trust her.
where that way leads you.
If I were them, I'd think she's a little odd.
I couldn't envision a dignified end of life. So it's much nicer to die for him. To die in a meadow. A head full of bees. Have you tried the honey?
No.
I couldn't bring myself to either. It seemed too morbid.
That's morbid.
You left him in the field to die.
I brought him to the field to die. I didn't kill him. I quieted his mind so that he could die in peace.
And Mr. Rowe, you quieted his mind too.
Oh, him. He suffered crippling arthritis. After he was quieted, I saw him walk pain-free for the very first time in his life. I can't make pain go away, but I can make it so that it doesn't matter.
Ma'am, I wonder what caused her to be crazy.
I protected these people from hopelessness, and that's beautiful.
I didn't want to die at home. I didn't want Jack to find me. I didn't want him to make that call. Be in the room with my body, waiting for it to become some ceremonial object apart from him, separate from who I was. Someone he can only hold in his mind.
You denied him his goodbye.
I denied him a painful goodbye. I allowed myself a peaceful one. Tell Jack.
I hope he's recording this.
I love him very much. Dr. Lecter.
God. I hope he doesn't take any of her body parts. Oh, he probably won't because she was sick, which is sad to have to say, but he won't take her if she's sick. he's reviving her.
To apologize. I couldn't honor what you asked of me. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, what is she doing? No. I'm sure he has cameras in his own loft. Just gonna find his little recipe.
Gotcha.
Oh, he has a drain. I'm so worried for her. She's not going to make it out of there. What is she seeing? What's going on?
Oh my god.
He's right there though. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, y'all. Is she... I don't think. Oh, I don't even know what to think. I wanted to see what she saw. Maybe I really didn't because I don't know how gross it would be. But I wanted to see what she saw. And how dumb of her. Like, I mean, I know she wanted to get some information on him and if Will's right and stuff. But with all that Will told him, Will saying that he planted all these things and got him, you know, in the psychiatric ward or hospital, why why would she go alone? I know she said he was at the hospital, but like, I don't know. And then not just that, but like, wouldn't Hannibal have security? I think he would. And if he doesn't, I don't understand why no one on this show has any sort of security. Like, we have security on our doorbells and there's security everywhere now that I just don't understand why the courthouse wouldn't have any security, why nobody's homes or neighborhoods have security. Like, I just don't understand why there's no video footage of Hannibal doing these things. I am so worried for her and I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the next episode. But remember in the beginning when it first started, Jack knew the truth. So maybe she does escape and she gets to tell Jack, or I don't know. Oh, well, I don't know if Jack knew the truth, but Jack and him were fighting. So obviously he knew something. I feel like I'm speechless. And Will is remembering everything. And I have a feeling that one therapist of his is going to also be a victim of Hannibal's. You know, how sad of Bella wanting to end her own life. I understand. Well, the way she explained it, I understand. But, you know, for her to just leave Jack like that, I don't know. If it was my partner, my husband, I would want to be there till the very end with them, you know, with him. So I'm kind of glad that Hannibal revived her, but I do feel bad for her as well. Things are getting so good and so interesting this season. I am so happy. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. All right. I want to thank y'all for liking, subscribing, and sharing my videos. For full unedited reactions, you can subscribe on my Patreon for that. And I hope y'all all have an amazing day. Bye.